me, everyone. This is Neve with the Rainbow Cauldron, and this is your weekly general reading for May 12th through the 18th, 2019. This week I will be using the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle deck. This is a book for it. And the Green Witch Tarot by Anne Mora. This one. There we go. All right. So for these, if you're new here, for these I draw one card from an oracle deck, which will represent the general theme of the week, something to think about, and then 3 cards from a tarot deck, which will represent the general flow of energy throughout the week. All right, so let's get started. All right, so we have the Stingray. All right, so I haven't pulled this card before. All right, so as I've said in the previous videos, this is a new deck for me, so I will be using the book to help me understand the artist's interpretations and the author's interpretations of these cards. But before I do that, I want to try to get a feel for the card and see if I can sort of understand what's going on here. So obviously, when I think of a stingray, I'm thinking of that sting, that burst of energy, that boo, and such a tough feeling that might be. But I also noticed that right along the spine of this stingray is basically looks like chakras. And I don't know if there's exactly 7 energy points here, but it looks like chakras, which sort of to me represents maybe keeping things in balance or something like that. And yeah, so let's see what the book says. So this is a water card. Let's see, upside down triangle. Okay. Dolphin, whale. Stingray. All right, found it. All right, stingray. Developing confidence, sense of self, or spine. And there's that spine. Maybe growing a spine. That certainly makes sense. The stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. So that sting, that pivotal point. The moment has come when the stingray must decide between the old, which is easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Pressure from family and friends make the decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again, as the force of Dharma growing within the stingray is too strong to ignore. When in balance, it's eager and wants to grow. When out of balance, it blames others or quits. To bring into balance, move through the discomfort. So move through that pain of that sting. So this is basically, to me, sounds like a hard truth coming to light, and that sting, but pushing past that sting is something that needs to be done for any real growth. Otherwise, you're just sort of being stuck where you're at. And that might be a comfortable place, but it may not be the best place for you. It's just comfortable for what it is. So let's see what the tarot cards say and how it might connect to this stingray. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Athmes, and the 4 of Athmes. So the King of Pentacles here. This is a real fatherly energy. It's authority. It's the suit cards, the kings and queens and knights and all them, the pages. They represent people in our lives usually. Sometimes they can represent a personality that we undertake ourselves, and oftentimes it's the personality of those around us. So this is a person in our lives that is coming from a place of knowledge, of authority, like a father figure or a boss or something like that. It's a successful person with a lot of ambitious and smart with money, very intelligent with money. So we're getting, basically, this is an advice card. This is someone who is giving us advice. And he's obviously very jolly, so he's not overbearing, but sometimes that advice, even like, especially if it seems like it's unwanted, is not, it seems like it's unwanted, like we don't really want to hear it. And that's where we have this Ace of Athame, which really connects to the stingray, and it's right underneath it, and this is that sting of truth. So whatever advice that this person is giving seems like it's advice that we maybe don't want to hear, but it's advice that we need to hear. It's that advice that's right there. It's stinging us almost, but it's a smart advice that we should probably listen to, even if we don't necessarily want to. And then we have that Four of Athames here, which is a rest and reflection card. The Four of Athames is really trying to make sense of this. We're relaxing, we're taking that break, we're really thinking over what's been told to us. We're, like that stingray was saying, we're mulling over what was easy and comfortable and what's a harder truth that we need to get beyond. Because the only way we are going to progress is if we step beyond our comfort zone, if we get out of that comfort zone and really look at what is going on in our lives and look at that advice that, that especially that sound advice that maybe we didn't want to hear right away, but we know that advice is going to help us. And so that's what I see here with this reading. It's pretty short, but yeah. So the stingray is connected to this in the sense that it's a sort of mulling over what's best for us versus what is most comfortable for us. And then we've got that sting of truth coming from a wise and successful person who may be a bit overbearing, but their heart's in the right place, and they have good advice. So we really need to open ourselves up to that advice. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Blessed be. Bye.